But what can we do, or what are your thoughts on the relationship between big tech and government, and how can we ensure that it's constructive and effective given how high the stakes are?
It was a challenge, and it's headed in the right direction. And I would say I came into office at its lowest point, and not just what I was trying to do, but other factors were bringing it back. You got to go back in history a little bit. So how did I get into this in the first place? People like Sid Drell, who was my external thesis examiner, it was in his blood, those of you who know Sid. He said, you have knowledge, you have responsibility. You may not like everything the government's doing, but if you don't like it, get in the game and make it better. That was his attitude, and that was what we were taught. And so it was second nature to me when I was called upon to go do something in defense, to go do it. Then there was a generation for whom that was not in the air. And they never had that experience or felt that weight of responsibility or the tremendous satisfaction of working on something that really matters and not selling advertising or whatever you're doing. That dissipated. So a lot of the leaders of the tech community, the leaders themselves, were naive about about things of the world. They were not Dave Packards. Dave was a predecessor of mine as deputy secretary. I'd tell you a great story about him shortly. But Dave was not naive about Washington, and he didn't. But we had some tech leaders, not all tech leaders, who were political children in many ways, and thought that it didn't matter that much because they had their own world and so forth, and government was like a little dumb and a little dirty and a little irrelevant. And that tide is now changing. When my students, and I'm sure you're all like this, the students here at Stanford, know that something's wrong in the relationship between tech and society, that brings lots of great stuff, but it's brought some real darkness also, and that we need to get on top of that.